Happy Wednesday, everybody. How's it going? So good to be with you today. I'm walking along the river here outside, getting some fresh air. Spring is in the air, warmer temperatures coming. There's a beautiful world out here if you look for it. Today we're talking about the fourth pillar of bliss. So we're basing these off an article that I wrote on medium.com, which is the 7 pillars of bliss. So we've been covering one each week, and today we're covering the fourth, which is having boundaries with other people. Boundaries, I bet half the people watching just turn me off. Boundaries are really eye-opening when you learn them. When I learn them, I'm like, holy crap, I have really poor boundaries, and that, I'm sure, is the reason that I fumbled so much in my life, and that I've had to overcome so much. But I'm trying my best. I'm writing a book. I'm trying my best to make boundaries easy to understand. So I've got something called the plus size heart, which I think helps, like as a visual that we did during the Cupid challenge. And I would encourage you to take action on boundaries. There's a great book by Dr. Henry Cloud. It's called Boundaries, naturally. But that's the best book that I've read about them. He's also done boundaries in marriage. He's done, several books. He's a great author. And he backs up boundaries with biblical verses, which I'm not a religious person. But for whatever reason, that made me that made sense to me, and so the fact that they're backed up by biblical verses, I don't know if that's comforting for you. I'm just letting you know. But the reason that we have to have boundaries with others is because we end up falling under someone else's plan. So I'm going to do my best to keep this simple for you, but I think you probably need to pay attention to boundaries if when you get on an airplane and you see apply oxygen to yourself first before applying it to others. If you see that sign and it doesn't make sense to you, it seems confusing, like, I want to help everybody else. I want to put oxygen on everybody else. You've got a boundary issue, and thankfully, it's a book and you're a book and some practice away from having great boundaries. Boundaries help create our goals more efficiently. They really help. They help us understand who our true friends are and who doesn't care or respect us and just walks over the top of our boundaries. So if that sign confuses you, then look into boundaries. There's also, for me, I like to the very first thing that I had to do when it came to boundaries was I had to draw a line in the sand of who's on my team and supporting my goals and who's not. That's the very first thing that goes down. If they might be supportive of your goals and dreams and aspirations, then you put them in the no pile. So you want to differentiate between the people that truly love you and care about you and the people that don't, unfortunately. So once that's done and you get the people that you know are on board for you, that want to see you happy, want to see you smile, want to see you get the most from life, those people, you then set up boundaries that essentially is time that you spend. So you like your immediate like family, maybe your spouse, right? They have like direct access to you. But what I argue in my book is that we prioritize the time that we spend with people by our values. So we brainstorm our values. We come up with like the top 5 values. So maybe it's like honesty, integrity, hard work, exercise, and loyalty, So you would want to spend time around people that share the same values. So what the plus size heart is it's if you have one value different than someone in your inner circle, then you push them out a little bit in terms of time that you spend with them. So boundaries aren't complicated, but they require action, and they require us to take a hard look at ourselves and our life and assess things, which can be super scary, especially if you're not good at doing it. I'm just gonna trespass for a second here, but at least I have boundaries, right? Anyway, boundaries create simplicity in your life. So the initial thing that you need to do is draw the line in the sand. Only be around people that inject faith into your heart, not fear into your mind. Be around people that support your goals and boundaries and aspirations, and limit the time and the access that other people have to you. Toxic people, cancers, they're unfortunately, until they take a hard look at themselves, especially if they're narcissist, they will blur your boundaries. And that's where boundaries come in very, very effective. So if you feel like if you feel like you need help with boundaries, shoot me a message and let's set some up for you. Let me help you kind of jog your memory, and because this is a really important kind of step in the process to bliss, right? So I hope you guys have an amazing week ahead. I'm here for you. I believe in you. I know a few of you specifically have had some really hard things happen recently, and I just want to applaud you for the way that you've handled it. I can't imagine what it would be like to lose a child. I really can't. And I've heard from some people recently that unfortunately have had to go through that, and I can't even imagine how hard that must be. But hope you guys have a great Wednesday, have a great week ahead, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.